Warning. This is a global blackout. Testing the left speaker. Left. Testing the right speaker. Right. Surround successfully recovered. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for...
You are listening to Determine You.
Oh, what shouting?
Hear me, a son of man, a walker, otherwise called 8 boss, representing for Determine Youth.
We all shall rise. Oh, what glory! When we meet our blessed Savior in the sky, redemption coming. Praise the Lord. Oh, what a wonderful freedom. Glory to His name. I'm out of the bondage. Yes, now I'm into God's freedom. Redemption. Yes, praise. Redemption coming. Praise. Oh, what a wonderful freedom. Glory. I'm out of the bondage. Yes, now I'm into God's freedom. Redemption. Yes, praise. Redemption coming. Praise. Oh, what a wonderful freedom. Glory. I'm out of the bondage. Yes, now I'm into God's freedom. Redemption. Hey. Oh, He lifted me up from the miry clay. He planted my feet on the rock to stay.
Determine the youth.
That is the reason why I sing and I shout. My Savior came down and lifted me up. He lifted me up from the miry clay. He planted my feet. Yes. And that is the reason why I sing. My Savior came down.
Yes, man.
Marlon Crystal. All I'm asking you to do, pray for me now. God not done with me yet. Just pray for me now. Cause me a human, Yahweh not you with me yet. Pray for me now. God not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. Cause me a human, God not you with me yet. Me a clay, that's why me pray. Me pray to God, me don't pray to no man. When God not give a blessing, just when I'm for you one. When you see me fall, I'm me if you call. And don't rejoice when you see a brother fall. Don't tear me down, just pray me up. And this a prophecy, this a love. Pray for me now. God not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. Cause me a human, Yahweh not you with me yet. Pray for me now. Jah not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. Cause me a human, Yahweh not you with me yet. make you that pray for see me fall. So you can tell them say, you did tell them say, oh, me never gonna make it too far. But I lucky thing that you still Lord. And when you sit down a plot and a plan, no, pray for me, no. God not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me, no. Cause me a human, Yahweh not true with me yet. Pray for me, no. Jah not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me, no. Cause me a human, Yahweh not true with me yet. Me a clay, that's why me pray. Me pray to God, me don't pray to no man. When God that give a blessing and not for you one. When you see me fall, baby call. Don't rejoice when I see a brother fall. Don't tear me down, just pray me up. And this a prophecy, this a one you love. Oh, listen to pray for me now. God not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. Cause me a human, Yahweh not true with me yet. Pray for me now. Jah not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. Cause me a human, Yahweh not true with me yet.
I'm gonna do this, you know. I'm gonna do it easier, Derek, yo. Pressure up, but battle your fight is already done. Victory already won. Yeah. That's one like a nice book, yes, battle your fight is already. Yeah, man. So like that. Yeah, man, work on it. Oh na na, oh na na. Yeah na na, yeah na na. I want to tell somebody something. What you worry about, man? Your limit is the sky. So I believe the lies. Believe it at all. You have failed once, maybe twice, but it doesn't mean that you are denied. No, no. Yeah, yeah. The battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. The battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yeah, the battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yes, the battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yeah. The strongest soldiers get the hardest fight. So stop complaining, who you blaming, and to the occasion right. You're murmuring, no, it won't move Christ. Only your faith will, so just believe, and He will lead the fight. Yeah. Cause the battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yes, the battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yeah, the battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. The battle you are fighting is already won. Yes, the victory you seek already done. Yeah, listen. It's already done. It is already done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The victory is won. Yeah, it is already done. Yeah, yeah. It is already done. Already done. Yeah, 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 yeah. God has got this. He has got this. Yeah, yeah. Yes, the battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yes, the battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yeah, the battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. The battle you are fighting is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yeah. Your limit is the sky. Whoa. So don't believe the lies. No, no. Don't believe it. No. Yeah. You have failed once, maybe twice, but it doesn't mean no, that you are denied. No, no, no. Yes, the battle you are fight is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yes, the battle you are fight is already won. The victory you seek already done. Yeah, the battle you are fight is already won. The victory you seek already done. The battle you are fight is already won. Yes, the victory you seek already done. Yeah, it is already done. Already done. Whoa, 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 yeah. Jesus. Yeah, it is already done. Victory, yeah. Victory. It is already done. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
Vote for me. MAN01. God bless you. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, Jesus had it done. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, me run Satan. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, me falling on me and I'm in a ramp. They plead the blood condemnation when the devil try to come and test my faith and tell me I'm no good. I need to quit the race. Ask the devil you're a lie. Get out of my face. And me just talk to God. I've got some loving grace. And the Holy Ghost power is moving in this place. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, Jesus had it done. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, me run Satan. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, me falling on me and I'm in a ramp. Me plead the blood condemnation when me drop him at your mark. Luke and John, don't know the body Psalms 91. And when me walk me to a Psalms 51, me have to ball out for the mercy man. Me have to pray, me have to fast every day for God lead the way. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, Jesus had it done. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, me run Satan. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, me falling on me and I'm in a ramp. They plead the blood condemnation, the Pentecostal fire. Come with tongues and the Holy Ghost power. Pull up me lungs, so if the devil send you comes, then you get you down. The army of the Father, which is Jesus the Son. On the solid rock I stand, you better back up and run. Come on now, clap, clap, clap your hands. Stomp, stomp, stomp your feet. Come on now, clap, clap, clap your hands. Stomp, stomp, stomp your feet. Stay. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, Jesus had it done. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, me run Satan. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you falling on me and I'm in a ramp. You plead the blood condemnation. Vote for me.
It's that time again when you're planning your birthday parties, your funeral, your wedding, your anniversary, your family gathering, family reunion, and looking for equipment to rent or even to buy. Look no further than Rick Sales and Rental. Rick specializes in bouncebout, merry-go-round, trampoline, trackless train, snow cone machine, popcorn machine, hot dog machine, tables, chair, tent, pots, pans, knife, fork, and spoon, and many more. Contact Rick today at 631-829-7443 for your discount. Tell him that you were sent there by Chat with the Jacksons. Rick will also encourage you to continue to practice social distancing when you find the best. Why continue to look? Rick is waiting for your call. Call now.
If you are looking for inspiration, I have got the book for you. A Journey Not Yet Complete by Corey Cunningham Brooks. Get your copy today. You can get your copy at Amazon.com or you can call 876-802-0133. 876-802-0133. Get your copy now.
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day we best, forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Send a shout out to the Jacksons family. And I'm telling you, better days coming. So just hold on. Yeah, man. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, you need for glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, you need for glory. story. Jesus Christ, we give the glory. I'm a testimony. Tune into the Jackson every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. US time.
Good night, everyone. A pleasant good night to each and every one that has joined Chat with the Jacksons tonight. We welcome you. We hope that you had a wonderful day. And as always, we just want to say thank you for joining us. Tonight, we're going to be continuing our topic from last week. And we hope that as we come up with these topics each and every Tuesday night, it will be inspirational. A learning will be, it will be used as a learning tool as well. It may not be necessarily for you, but you could pass on that information to someone, a family member, a friend, whomever. But we just want to say thank you. Sit back and chat with the Jacksons.
Good night. Good night. Good night, one and all. As my wife has said, welcome. And it's a pleasure having you here with us tonight, one more Tuesday night. I just want to welcome a few people before we get into our topic. And I want to welcome, as I look at the screen, I see our son, Brother Dwayne Nugent. Welcome. We see Mr. Denrick Carter, Nathan Seymour. Welcome. Tanisha Smiley. Welcome. And we have Bianca Pink, Novlet Gardner. Welcome. We have Ruth Jackson, Valerie Davis. We have Carlene McCullough. Welcome. We have our sister Portia Chin. Welcome. We have our own Jennifer Campbell, Angela Green. Welcome. Welcome. And if we missed your name, then hopefully we will catch you on the other side of town. Now, my wife will give you the introduction for the topic and we will get into it.
Okay, so tonight is a continuation from last week's topic. And the topic last week was so sometimes, we're reluctant to talk about issues in our marriages or relationships with the person that we're in a relationship with. Oftentimes, we tend to speak to a girlfriend or whatever about what's going on in our relationship instead of having that conversation with the person that we're in the relationship with. I don't know if it's because of, or could be, fear, embarrassment, whatever it is. I would think that, we would have the conversation with our partners and try to come to some type of resolution. Tonight's topic, it was very heated last week. What do you think?
Yes, and I don't see no different tonight, because right away I just listened to your first statement that some people would rather talk to a friend, about your partner and his shortcomings. And I'm wondering why, as you said, why just don't go to the source
and have a discussion about your shortcoming instead of, maybe hearing it from a friend who know a friend who told a friend would come back and tell you.
And oftentimes people add to it, and it comes back to you in a total different way.
Right, right. And before we move on, I want to say welcome to Upliftment Blocks and Construction. That Mr. Lennox Anglin from Upliftment Blocks and Construction. We want to also welcome Sister Andrea Jackson. Welcome one and all. So before we move forward, um, we want to don't want to forget about our engineer, Mr. Oral McKinnon, who work with us every day, and we don't know how we're gonna pay him, but I think God will pay him, and he understand. We just want him to know that we love and appreciate him, not just for what he is doing for us, but for who he is.
Yes.
The type of person I watch him. I watch the way he raise his boys. I watch the way he treat his wife, and that means a lot to me. And that's the type of friend I was looking for a long time ago. Someone who can teach me how to treat my wife. We want to thank.
Well, that's nice.
We want to thank.
Not that you don't know already.
Amen. Thanks. We want to thank Mr. Blazing Gospel Radio, Mark Johnson, for putting up with us every week, also bringing us live on his platform. We want to beg of you also to continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's Chat with the Jacksons. We want you to subscribe to our channel, and we are on every Tuesday. The YouTube channel is on, and we want to say hi to all those who watch us and YouTube. Want to say good night to Sister Cheryl Brown and Gawain Wright. Good night and welcome. Okay.
Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Again, that topic, let me. So, first and foremost, sexuality, sex, pretty much, is a big part of relationships, right? And you could be the most wonderful person, the most loving, everything that's positive, right? You treat, well, let me speak from a woman's perspective. My partner could be the most loyal person, the most giving person, the most compassionate, and all the above person. However, if my partner is lacking sexually in the bedroom, then that's a problem, right? That's a big problem. Now, there are various avenues that we could approach this by.
Right.
One being, okay, let's say that the relationship has been wonderful all along, and then suddenly we have, let's say, a medical issue that pretty much has caused my partner to not be able to perform or satisfy me in that area. Do I run for the hills? Do I stay? How do we approach that?
Okay. Before I answer, I want to get into that. We want to welcome Sister Hilary Senior. Good evening, host and viewers. We want to welcome Sister Curleen.
Yay, Curly. We were
Welcome.
just talking about you.
Yes, Sister Curleen, we're talking about you. And we want to welcome Babette Annie Ford and our own brother David Gallimore.
Yes.
Welcome to the platform. Now, and as I said, feel free to be a part of us, whether you want to be in the chat room, whether you want to comment on YouTube. We will see it, or if you want to call us, feel free to do so also. Number is 347-567-6770 or 917-365-7971. But right back to the topic. It's strange, my son, that's the older one, and I were talking about this topic today, and it was very interesting. We was on it for a while, and his views, I thought he was gonna be on tonight to say for him, but as I said, it takes a Jackson to represent a Jackson, so I could talk for him. But his views on this topic, he had a good question, and that's a question as you just make your statement a minute ago, is when, when this problem developed, when you found out about it. Is it before marriage or after marriage? And I said, that's a good question. So I said, okay, let's look at it from before marriage. Well, he said before marriage, he's going for the hills.
I would too.
Right? And if he even stay, I don't know if it's going to be, because he want to be honest. 'Cause if he stay, he definitely would have to cheat.
That's Shamari, all right.
So I said, I'm straight up with you, Dad. If I stay in a relationship like that, I would have to cheat. So it's best I take the L's.
Yeah, respect
But
his
then
honesty.
he say, if he's married and his wife gets sick and can't perform, then he would have to stay with her and be faithful. And I said that I appreciate that, son. So let's Sister Melissa Dixon, welcome. Sister Cordell, welcome. We missed you for a little while. And Brother O'Neill Givens, welcome, my friend. Sister Beverly Renners, welcome. I think Brother Dwayne, I don't know if you see, Brother Dwayne made a comment, and Brother O'Neill. Let's look at those
Okay,
comments.
so Dwayne said relationships don't die because of lack of love. They die because of lack of passion. Interesting. That I tend to agree with that, because you could love the person, but when there's no type of passion in the relationship, it's pretty much stagnant. You have to constantly work at your relationship, keep the flames burning, so to speak, so that way you don't get bored, right? And it doesn't necessarily, let me just say this, it doesn't necessarily have to be in a sexual way. There are so many other aspects of keeping your relationship spicy and, on the up and up, so to speak. So I don't want to necessarily say that, being intimate sexually, it's all that a relationship is comprised of. But nevertheless, seeing that we're talking about lack of satisfaction sexually in a relationship, then that's our focus for tonight.
Right, but let me ask you a question. So, do you think that I could love my wife? I'm in love with my wife, but because this problem developed, and I cheat on her,
would you say that I don't really love my wife?
No, I don't think you would love your, because why would you go that route to cheat, knowing the circumstance, or what are the circumstances um, that has prevent her from being intimate sexually? Is
Right.
it, let's say, is it illness? Is it just basically she's not interested?
No, no, no. We're not talking about she's not interested. We are talking about that it could be illness,
Hmm.
and because of illness, she cannot perform.
Yeah, but then where
No,
would
we
your compassion be? Then that would be lack of empathy and sympathy for her by, you know, you
so
necessarily, I don't think that there is love there if you're going to go outside to cheat.
what should what should I do then when that itch or scratch, you know um
Go take a cold shower.
and after the cold shower I'm still
No, I'm
itching.
laughing, but it's very serious. I would think that,
Hmm.
a conversation or conversations need to be had with your partner.
Hmm.
Um, Number one, you need to be understanding to the fact that she's ill, right?
Yeah.
This is not something that she's capable of doing. Maybe it's just for a period of time. We don't know the extent of the illness, right? Let's say it's a temporary thing that she's going through, right? I would think that you would be mindful of the fact that, okay, she's going through this. And this is a time that she needs your attention. She needs your sympathy. She
Hmm.
needs you, period. But you're selfishly thinking of yourself by saying that the fact that she's ill, you know, my gratification is not being fulfilled. So therefore, I'm going to venture out there to satisfy myself. So I just think that's very selfish on your part. Very
Yeah,
selfish.
right. So but then could be, but then what's the solution? What's the
So
solution?
my thing is, if you genuinely love your partner, right? Regardless of illness, regardless of whatever situation that arises, you would now say to yourself, okay, this is the time I need to show compassion, right? And don't stop thinking of priority versus my temporary fix. Not to say that it's not important. It is important, yes, but you have to separate yourself and your mindset in that moment to say, well, my focus should be, yes, we're human beings. Yes, we have feelings, we have needs, but in this time, this is about her. It's not about me.
Okay. I I wanted to look at what Brother Dwayne say,
Dwayne,
and let's welcome Brother Wayne Calendar. Good to have you with us. We hope that we'll hear from you tonight. And Sister Mary Pitt, welcome, welcome tonight. And if you are if you are with us for the first time, just indicate to us and let us know so we can give you a welcome shout out.
okay, so Dwayne says, when you met your partner, you felt a tremendous sense of passion towards them.
Mhm.
This manifested on both an emotional and physical level. The two of you were inseparable, and you couldn't keep your hands off each other. You got married and felt like you felt you were on top of the world. You couldn't imagine you ever be in a sexless marriage, but things have changed. Over time, you have found yourself coping with a no sex marriage. Things have spurted out. The relationship is still intact, but you have lost the necessary intimacy you need to keep your love alive. Don't sit back and accept a sexless relationship as normal. You cannot only learn how to survive. You cannot only learn to survive a sexless marriage without cheating. You can learn to reconnect with your partner and bring the passion back. What do you think of what he just said?
I think that's balance. I think that's balance and to the point. And if we stick to what Brother Dwayne just say, then I think we will have less problem in the relationship. Um,
But what about the flip side of that? What if,
okay,
okay,
before you go to the flip side, I want make a maybe there's a flip side. I want you to look at what
yeah,
Brother Nathan say there.
okay,
Then we might get a flip side there.
okay. He says, if illness created the onset of a lack of intimacy, I would certainly not violate the sick woman. I can only speak for myself, though. In this fast food world, we live in the need for instant gratification, and instant remedy for everything creates a world of a lack of loyalty. As you slip, you slide these days, but everyone isn't the same. You have some really loyal people out there, and some that will burn out fast like a bamboo fire as the slightest
Sign.
sign of failure on their partner's part, which I agree with.
Right.
Because if something were supposed to happen to your spouse, and the first thing you could think of is, okay, he or she is not able to satisfy me, then I'm going to just go out there. Right. So,
um, we're not talking about right or wrong. I still believe that you can love your partner, but then when that moment comes and you want, as Brother Nathan said,
we
that
going to fight tonight.
self gratification, you might want that self gratification, and you're
so,
just thinking about, you know what, I need to get it on and off, and move on.
and then
And
what? Then what? Okay. In that moment,
that's
again,
that's where he talks about the bamboo fire.
okay. From a woman's point of view, right?
Right.
Let's say I'm setting the stage right here
Yeah.
and, presenting the table.
Okay.
So, my partner, we have had a beautiful relationship from the onset. Everything is fine. He treats me like the king, like a queen, rather. A king. Treats me like a queen all the time, whatever. Intimacy has been great. And then illness occurs, right?
Right.
Now I'm not in a position or he's not in a position to satisfy me sexually, right? Do you think my partner would be in agreement or be happy with the fact that I went outside of the relationship to be intimate with someone else?
what if you have a conversation? What if you have a conversation about it? I think the
I
partner.
don't think any sensible spouse is gonna say, okay, fine. Yeah, maybe there is. I don't know.
Right.
But
I know you have people who will. You don't even have to be sick. I mean, you can have
what
a
we're
conversation.
talking
No,
about
hold
in
on.
this case, in this scenario, we're talking about illness.
Right. But I know that I know females would say that, well, I know I can't please you. And I know, and because I
Really?
love you, I'm telling you, because I love you so much. So if you have to go out there and do your thing.
They're female. So what
Of
about the
course.
male? What about the males that would
Well, I
tell
don't
the
really,
female?
I don't
Okay.
really
So you
talk.
don't know about that part.
I don't know about that part.
All right. But like I said, I set the stage. What if I went outside?
No, I'm not talking about going outside. I'm talking about there's a discussion
No,
about
no,
it.
no, 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 no.
All
We're
right,
not
hold on
talking about
before
any
let's
discussion.
hold on before you go to the discussion. Let's welcome Sister Barbara Johnson from the Barbara Johnson Show. Welcome, Sister Barbara, and welcome, Sister Dolores Ennis McCoy. Good to have you with us tonight, and Sister Karen Miller Walters. Good night, and welcome to Chat with the Jacksons.
After you answer this, then I'm going to read what Dwayne says.
Mhm.
Now, there was no discussion, right?
Right.
There's no discussion. It just so happened that, unfortunately, illness occurred on my husband's part. And here I am, like you said, burning with desire.
Yeah.
And I just decided, okay, well, seeing that he's not in a position to satisfy me, I'm going to go outside and get satisfied.
Yeah, but maybe you don't have to go outside. Maybe I could buy.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I could buy something for you.
No,
for,
no, 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 no. Don't try to flip the script. Before you said that you would go out.
No,
right?
that's not what I
so
said.
why wouldn't it
That's
be
not
okay?
what I said. I didn't say I will go out. I said some men, and I know some women will send out their husband. I didn't say I will go out.
Okay, so why don't you think it would be the same on the flip side?
It's a little different.
No,
when
it's
women,
not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't try to sugarcoat it.
I never
it's
hear
the
because
same thing.
why I'm saying it's a little different because I never hear a man will tell his wife, well, listen, I can't satisfy you, so go outside. It always
don't
like
think- you don't
a
think-
woman will tell a man that.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I believe that there are some men that would tell their wives that too. So, yes,
You
it
believe
can
that?
occur on that side too. It's not going to be where, okay, because I'm ill, you're going to go out there and
But I'm saying that no, I'm saying that not the man, I'm saying that the woman will tell her husband. Some women,
I don't
not
know which
all,
woman.
not
I don't
all,
know which woman in
will
this day
tell-
and age will be telling her spouse, "Okay, fine, honey. Seeing that I'm ill, go out there and have all the fun that you want." Really?
Sister Hillary is saying, "What is good for the goose is good for the
Thank
gander."
you very much.
Well, and I'm
Thank
not saying,
you.
and I'm
Thank you.
welcome, Sister Diane Henry. Good to have you with us, and more blessings. And I'm not saying that, Sister Karen A. Raymond. Welcome, Sister Karen A. Raymond. Good to have you with us. And I'm not saying that. And I'm sure maybe you heard of this before, where you have
Mm.
women would say to their men, "Listen, and a matter of fact,
No.
and I really want to
No,
make this.
no.
You've never heard of it?
That a woman is gonna tell her spouse, "Okay, go out there. Seeing that I'm sick,
Yeah, and I
Right?
can please
Go
you,
on.
and I know that you want
No.
to get it on. And I'm
I
telling you,
don't know what world you're
I'm
living
telling
in.
you, and I'm telling you, I mean, I know women that they are not even sick, and all they will tell their husband, "Don't bring back nothing in the house, no disease or whatever."
Well, okay. In that case, there's a breakdown in that relationship,
Right.
right? Obviously, maybe she's not attracted to him anymore, and he's not attracted to her anymore. So both people are living separate lives, right? He's free to do whatever he wants to do, and she's gonna do whatever she wants to do. If she can be telling her spouse, "Go out there and do whatever you want to do, but don't bring anything to me," something is wrong with her self-esteem. Something is wrong with her mentally. Because I don't see where any woman in their right mind would give their spouse,
The green card.
the green light to go out and say, "Oh, fine, go ahead and do your do, whatever." But don't come back with anything. Come on now.
Okay, what did
Okay, so let me read what Dwayne said. What causes a sexless relationship? Most couples don't choose to be in a sexless relationship. It's often something that happens gradually. I agree. The newness of the relationship wears off and the passion goes with it. New relationship stresses appear, like long work hours, financial stress, or a new baby, and you never seem to recover. Weeks turn into months with no intimacy, and you find yourself in a no sex marriage. A sexless marriage can also be caused by both emotional and physical health issues. Depression or stress, as well as medication, can decrease libido. You may also find your libido were mismatched to begin with. Interesting point. Or that you're never in the mood at the same time. And if you're constantly in conflict and you rarely feel in the mood. But what's wrong with this deception of a sexless marriage? And you're not taking responsibility for your life. You're not addressing the root problem and asking yourself, what you could be doing to fix it rather. Even health issues can be overcome with the right strategy to create intimacy in new ways. You're wondering how to survive a sexless marriage without cheating when the real question is, how can my marriage thrive again? Dwayne, you need to write a book.
Yeah.
Because this is like on the money. I so agree with this because yes, a lot of times you tend to overlook the main problem, right? And just focus on that little part right there. When, like you said, when the relationship is new, you're hot and bothered all the time, right? But then when you get settled in the relationship, everybody seemed to be doing their own thing. He's watching football. I'm watching Housewives of Atlanta. you know, a new baby comes along. Long job hours. Work hours. So there are different types of things that would be created in the relationship to make you become complacent, you no longer are in the mood. So we have to, like I said before, you have to make your relationship a priority, right? Hire a babysitter or have the grandparents or whomever babysit. Plan a weekend away. These are the things that you need to do in your relationship on a constant basis in order for your relationship to continue to thrive.
Yes, and apart from even hire a babysitter, we can help each other out.
True.
Sometimes, and you're gonna be surprised to hear me say this now. Sometimes, the wife is worn out because she's tired.
Lord of mercy.
right? Because we as husband, we don't help our wife, and then we're expecting the sex to be 100. Yeah, when she's deadbeat and
Of
she's tired,
course.
and some wife don't help their husband too. On the other side, the husband might go out and do his 9 to 5, and she's home all day. Come home, nothing to eat, nothing to drink, and just the way she keep herself, she might even come home, but then just the way he come and meet her, her blouse might be like ring out. Them like ring out, like the last blouse you have on.
It's worn out.
Yeah, the blouse is like a dress.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
yeah, and put a little pep in her steps. Meet you at the door, and just keep it.
Yeah,
Keep
keep
it
it
100.
spicy, keep it burning.
Yes,
you
and
know?
as Brother Dwayne say, there are things that we're doing from day one. But when we become complacent and we get used to
Each
used
other,
to each other,
used to the
yeah, I
routine.
used to come and pick you up at your job and take you to the job in the morning. So when you call me, they say, "Man, hit the train here, man." We start to just get complacent.
Right, right.
But sometimes we have to blame the wife also, because sometimes they drop the button.
And we have to blame the husband
Yeah,
sometimes
I'm saying it's
too.
the husband's duty to do these things. But there are
Mhm.
times that you have to remind the husband of the first love.
I don't think I need to remind my
All right.
husband of
Well,
my first
okay.
love.
Well, if you used to pick me up from work, I get off at 5 o'clock, and you're there 4:45 every night, every evening, and you pick me up at my house 7:30 every morning, and then all of a sudden you are telling me to take the train, take the train. I have to remind you. This is where you have to grasp these things early,
Right.
and I have to remind you that listen, you are losing touch. We need to return back to our first love.
Right.
In the beginning, when you just meet me, it wasn't so.
Right.
So you need to keep the spice there.
Right.
Right. So because when you tell me if you take the train, then you tell me if you stop at the supermarket and pick up some things and walk home with it, and I'm tired.
And you know what I'm gonna tell you, right?
Right.
I'm
and
going shopping.
right, and I'm
not
tired
doing
and
all of
whatever,
that.
you come over like, honey, come on upstairs for what?
Keep it moving.
Keep
Okay,
it-
so let me read what Mr. Carter says. This is where the commitment comes in when you both get married until death us part.
But
I
but
agree
I
with
didn't
that
say
too.
I didn't say we're gonna party,
He just wanna just do his own thing along the way.
I didn't say
right?
we're gonna party.
His wife is ill, but he's thinking about sex.
I'm not thinking
right?
about sex.
And
Sex
being
thinking,
selfish.
listen, I'm not thinking about sex. Sex thinking about me.
Really now?
Yeah, because
Really?
all I'm saying that I pray, Lord, take these feelings away from me, and it gets
Go
stronger.
for a walk. Go to the gym.
Okay, let's
so
before you go on to let's welcome Sister Diana Marsh Foster and Brother Keith Morris. Go ahead, let me try and get this caller on.
let me just read what Jennifer Campbell said. The phrase goes like this, and I quote: "When love is new, it sticks like glue, and
Right.
when it gets old, it gets cold. That shouldn't be, though." I agree.
Hold
Relationships
a minute. Go ahead.
relationships are hard work, and you have to be willing to put the work, the time and the effort into it in order to make it work. Or if you don't, then you're going to become stagnant, complacent, and this create problems. You may step outside of the marriage. He may step outside of the marriage because now you're looking for someone to put that spark in your life that you once had with your partner. So therefore, that's why it's good to have to have effective communication. When you see something start slipping in your marriage, right, in your relationship, it's best to start, to address it from the onset. Don't wait for it to linger, because the more you let it linger, um, you don't want to.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, hold your point. Yeah, let's see if I get this caller. Good night, caller. Hello, good night. Okay,
What happened?
go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello, go ahead, Susie.
Okay, so let me just read what Mr. Carter said again. Everything
Okay.
everything has an expiry date, including human beings. Hearing, vision, speech, sexual function, failure is imminent at some point. In many cases, permanent failures. Yes, and I do agree that as we get older, we're not going to be
Valerie.
as effective as we once were at 20 years old. A 20-year-old person is different from a 40-year-old person. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of changes as
Hello.
you get older. And
Hold on, Susie. Let me see if I get Brother Wayne. Okay. Hello, you're on with us.
Hey, good evening, brother. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Brother Wayne. Let me get the volume up.
You can hardly hear me.
Yeah, I can hardly hear you.
You hear me better now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you better now, my brother.
I
Welcome to the
did.
platform.
Yes, appreciate it. The longer I have been on the platform. Very interesting topic. And I want to just to start from the beginning. Um, this issue that you're discussing is an issue that I think today a lot of couples have a lot of problems with. A sexual interaction between man and woman, a husband and wife, has taken a different level or different platform, so to speak, and that is because our society has become obsessed with the sexual activity. A lot of our advertisements, shows, and so on are more sexually inclined. And now, in today's world, there's more exposure to uh, pornography and things like that. So the idea that the sexual activity in the marriage must be of such intensity that it should bind us together for a long time. Let me say this: when we got married, or before we got married, we might have had a sexual encounter. That encounter was put a seriousness on the relationship. All right. So once we get married, we have to ask ourselves these questions. First of all, did I marry in order to be sexually satisfied, or did I marry because I truly love this woman or love this man? um, when we first had the sexual encounter, that question never came up in our minds. We were hot, we were burning, we seek an opportunity, we enter into sexual activity, not to satisfy, but to show inclination that we want to be together. No. So we go to the priest, now we marry. Why is it, and this is a question, why is it now in the marriage, 10 years, 5 years into the marriage, you're saying, well, you know, I notice nowadays you don't sexually satisfy me. There's something that is wrong, and could be influenced. It can be influenced by hearing my friends talk about their sexual encounters who might not be married and who might be experimenting with different sexual positions and longevity in sexual activity. And so, hearing it would kind of move you to say, well, I don't enjoy that. I don't get that kind of experience. Therefore, this man is not, he's not satisfying me. But initially, that was not the basis of if you got married to the man or to the woman. You married her because, or you married him because you had a deep feeling and a sense of wanting to be with that person. But 5 years down the road, we're talking about sexual satisfaction. And I'm going to bring this now into the Christian realm, is that the sexual activity in the Christian life is so that we do not allow space for Satan to somehow influence us to go outside of the marriage. And so we have this activity not to satisfy each other. If I tell you that you are not satisfying me, then I have become selfish in the relationship. And now I'm being pushed to the other side where I have to find satisfaction. So I'm being driven from the relationship. So it is again, why did I get married to this man? Was my first encounter, the condition on which I married this guy, or you're using it because you want to get that high. Eventually, you begin to mix things so that you can get that first high. But the sexual encounter is not like that. It ought not to be like that. It's not to get the high, but it's to make sure that together there's some things that we can do as husband and wife, not necessarily to satisfy one another. Of the truth, we cannot. There's always need for something. We are, especially we hyper people, we want to run around all along the place. But because we got married because we love one another, not to sexually satisfy one another. And so, even though the question is a good one, I wanted to believe, and I believe that sexual activity in the marriage is important. And the importance is for the Christian is that he does not allow, or they do not allow space for temptation to come in between and separate that relationship. So that's my, I just wanted to say that, and hope that those of us that are struggling with somebody whispering in our ears that, well, you don't satisfy me, should understand that that's not what you married the person for in the first place. Regardless of the first encounter, you didn't get satisfy me, or you satisfy. No, you got married because you think you love one another. And that's it.
So let me ask you. Oh, so let me ask you, Brother Wayne. Right?
Yes.
Right. And we're just talking now. So when we get married, my wife was hot like a fire, right? And willing to even try new things and whatever. But after a while, she become complacent, and she's just not satisfying you, right? I know you said you're not married to be satisfied, but she's not satisfied, and you have a conversation with her, and things just get worse. Now you don't want to make love to her no more. What would you do in a case? What would you suggest for a case like that?
Well, I'll tell you this. What has been invited into the relationship is the idea of selfishness, probably on both sides. Because when I become selfish, I want everything that would be pleasant and pleasing for me. And if I don't get that, then it would drive me to go look for other places to get what I want. On the other hand, the individual who you might be complaining to will then go into the shell and say, well, oh my God, I didn't know this is what it is. And so they go into the shell and they close up. In a marriage, what we need to do is to allow each person to come out of the shell and be able to interact in a positive way. And but you are not to use your sexual prowess as a condition to keep the marriage going. The minute I say this to my wife, you're not satisfying me. You know what I'm doing? I'm saying that, you know what, I gotta go look for something else because you were not satisfying.
I don't know. I don't know if I will agree with you 100% there. Because I think if you see a problem start to develop
That's not a problem. That's not a problem, brother.
that's a problem.
No, it's not a problem. It's a problem for you because you're selfish.
You think
you
so?
want everything to work in your people.
Okay.
But shouldn't you try to find
Talk in the
ways-
mic.
But shouldn't you try to find ways? Shouldn't you try to find ways to, try to rectify that? Speak to a therapist, get some counseling. Maybe there's something going on with her why she's not, performing like she used to. A conversation needs to be had. I don't think a person just deliberately say, okay, I'm gonna shut down just to shut down. There has to be something going on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't disagree with that, and that is why I'm saying that if I keep pressing the issue that well, you're not satisfied, keep pressing, you're not satisfying me, and instead of getting to the root of what has happened, either mentally or emotionally, then you run into that problem. But because we're in love, we never got married because of sex. That's not. Intercourse is not the grounds on which we got married on. We got married on the grounds that we want to be with each other.
Right, we're in love.
That's a byproduct of the relationship.
Right.
But that's not the cementing. That's not the holding key for the relationship. The holding for the binding of the relationship is love one another. Again, when we become selfish or on is the word or not. I'm looking for the word.
Well,
inconsiderate of another person's feeling or another person's idea, then we move into that space of selfishness because I'm not considering what is happening. I'm not asking you, but I just want myself to be fulfilled. Right. And therefore, if I am not fulfilled, I bring problems into the marriage. For the Christian, and sister thing is right. If you see that okay, somebody, then you talk to somebody that who might be able to help the situation, but don't beat it in the person that no, because what you're going to drive that person away, and then you open up the door for Satan to come in. And to create a situation where now you move to the next level of separation, which is you become unfaithful in your marriage. Just because you want to be satisfied sexually.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brother Wayne.
I'm speaking from a Christian standpoint, really. I'm not necessarily taking into consideration everybody. I'm talking specifically about those of us that have become who are Christians and got married.
Right.
And if you read the scriptures carefully, you'll see that we need to be submissive one to another. It means that we have to be considerate of each other's need, of each other's desires, and be able to come alongside and meet and work those things out. as Christians with the blessings of God.
But wouldn't they come alongside, right, Brother Wayne? Wouldn't they come alongside means that if we realize that things is diminishing in the bedroom, then instead of the wife, because she's no wife, they say, well, whatever, because me not bring no spice, me not do nothing to it. Wouldn't they come alongside mean that we're gonna work hand in hand, and she's gonna say, well, I'm not pleasing my husband, and let me see what I can do. I'm not talking about the man going to tell her, do handstand and have foot in the ear and whatever. They're like a gymnastic. But then she just like drop arms, drop legs, drop everything.
Have a conversation. You have
That's
to
what I'm
find
saying.
out what is the root problem.
Just Mr. Sudan is right. You need to then have a conversation. And if you can't get it, then you get a brother or sister who might have been married longer than you, and be able to come to the table and talk about those things.
Right.
You see, the problem with us Christendom, we don't want to talk to people about issues we got.
Exactly.
And so we try to go through it ourselves and try to find solutions for ourselves. And it eventually rupture what we are trying to save.
Right.
Listen, we got to talk.
Yep.
We have to talk, and there must be somebody in the church that we can trust with our story. Now, I understand everybody can talk to about these things, but there must be somebody there that we trust.
Sorry, brother Wayne. If you don't want to talk to someone in the church, because I certainly wouldn't talk to, just my preference, my personal feelings. I wouldn't want to talk to someone in the church pertaining my lack of sex in the bedroom. I think I would prefer speaking to a therapist, a counselor, someone on a professional, that specializes in that area, right? Versus someone in the church. That's just me personally.
Yeah, but the thing with that is, even though that might be helpful, but we have to be careful, because these guys that are not Christians, they might be experts in the subject, but they're not Christians, and their advice might not necessarily lend to the maturing of the relationship. And so even though we go to them, we have to be careful with what they're telling us. We are spiritual warfare here, and as Christians, we have to be careful. Not every advice given from someone who's not a Christian is good. Neither are they bad. But
the point I'm trying to make is that this person that I have gone to has, specialized in this area. That's that person's, that person studied, that's their area of expertise then.
Yeah. Well, let me say this. Do you know that with all the studies they have on human behavior and guess what? They still can't put 100% accuracy on how we'll behave. Let me just say this quickly, and I'm off the air.
And truth be told, diverting a bit, even though you may go to somebody in the church, that person don't have it 100% either. So we're going to another human, but that person is quote unquote on a spiritual level.
Yeah, the Christian advice would be more spiritual, and that's my point. But let me say this quickly. I had a friend had some problems in his marriage, and you know what the expert told him? Boy, if I was you, I'd move out of the house. Now he's not a Christian person, and he's advising this Christian guy. If I was you, I'd move out of the house. Now you tell me, is that a good advice for marriage? You're trying to save your marriage, and you got some difficulties.
But if Brother Wayne, well, I don't know the whole story, but sometime if the counselor said it's best for you to move out of the house, it could be for a period of time.
Let me say this. Paul says through the Holy Spirit, he says, listen, if there's a period where you can't, he says, move out a little bit, and when things don't come back.
Right.
But don't give the devil room to work.
I agree.
How long that period, 6 years, 10, we don't know. But You don't you separate for a while and then come back together because it's important for the Christian to demonstrate the power of God in their marriage. And all right, let me just somebody else probably want to call.
Okay, thank you very much, brother.
Appreciate the conversation.
We appreciate you, my brother. Thanks for calling. Okay, before you go on, Susie, let's mute you. Let's welcome a few people that we missed. Before, I don't think we're gonna get everybody because it was all for a while, but we want to welcome brother Akeem Stewart, and we encourage you to join. Brother Akeem is on every Saturday and I think Wednesday. Want to welcome Dr. Kisa Peart, and we encourage you to join Dr. Kisa Peart. She's on the radio every Wednesday from 3 to 5. I'm doing it right here, and she's on every Tuesday from 11 to 1. So right as we get off, Sister Kisa Peart will be on the Brother Gary show from 11 to 1. We encourage you to join Dr. Kisa Peart. We want to welcome Sister Winsome Williams, Rowan Jarrett, welcome. That's my brother, Mr. McKinnon, that's our engineer, welcome. And Brother Arlington Cameron, it's good to see you, my brother. I hope I'm not talking over my wife. He get real upset when I talk over you. And I'm glad that he come back to join us because he was real hard with me the last time. Sister Yannick Lawrence, good to have you. And we will pick up back with some more of the comments. I don't know, where did we left off?
Okay, so Tanisha Smiley says, in the marriage vow, both people agreed to.
Did you get Mr. Carter? And,
yes, I did.
Sister Jennifer?
Yes, I did.
Everything has an expiry date?
Yes, I did.
Including human being?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, so Tanisha Smiley says, in the marriage vow, both people agreed to go through good times and bad times, sickness and health. So as much as no one gets married to go through bad times, when the bad times presents itself, I think both partners should go through it together in caps. So if she's sick and can't perform, he needs to put himself in her shoes. She can't, he can't. We enjoy each other together or not at all. No third party should be invited in the relationship. Maybe they can both enjoy intimacy in other ways. Be creative. And I agree. I definitely agree because now, if the spouse decides to go outside of the marriage for the mere fact that his wife is ill, then I 100% feel that there's selfishness on his part, right? Like you said, let him put his foot in her shoe. How would he feel if it was the other way around? He's the one that's sick and she goes out.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He definitely would not like that.
I agree. But Sister Nadia Brown on YouTube is saying, Sister Susan, Brother Jackson have a point. Yes, there are women like that. So she's saying that there are women who will tell their man to go out and I love you so much. I don't want you to be unhappy. So go out and
well, kudos to them. Kudos to them, and if it works, it works. Hey.
Right, and she also says that something you have to be very careful because sometimes you address it, these issues. I'm not sure if she was talking in the church or with your partner. You address this issue and it caused a bigger problem.
But my thing is, if I'm having problems with my spouse, you know, that type of issue, sexual issues, who more to speak to than him, right?
Exactly.
The more people you get involved in what goes on in your bedroom, the more problems you're going to create, right? Because you're going to let your spouse feel less of a person, right? Instead of just simply saying, honey, let me talk to you about how I'm feeling pertaining to, you know, what's going on, right? I think he would be more appreciative knowing that you're woman enough to come to the person that you took vows to love, honor, cherish until death do us part, to have that conversation with, versus going to someone that, you know, you have a sporadic relationship with. Yeah.
Agree. Okay. Let's move on to the next comment.
Okay.
I think the next comment is Andrea.
Okay.
The
Andrea
lack of
Jackson
sex.
says the lack of sex and intimacy in a relationship can cause serious issues. When it relates to an illness, that's another kettle of tea. First of all, there are a few questions to take into consideration. Will that illness be temporary or permanent? If temporary, for how many months? How long will I be able to continue in a sexless relationship, without getting frustrated and weakened? How can we improvise? A decision will have to be made one way or another. So my answer to that would be, now, if it's a case where that illness is permanent and you know for a fact that, okay, you're going to be frustrated, you cannot live in a quote unquote sexless marriage, then make a decision. Make a decision to say, well, as much as I love you, let's part ways so that I could go do whatever I want to do. And, you know, yeah, let's just separate. Let's go about our ways.
So you say you're gonna leave your sick partner.
Well, you yourself said that you would, well, not you, but you said some men would go outside of,
and fix up and come back.
whatever they do. But, okay, I would think that instead of going that route, right, you're going to make me die faster, right? I'm already sick. And you're going out there doing whatever you're doing, and I know about it, right? Might as well you just tell me, listen, I'm going to be there for you in your support you. Hopefully you get well and things get back to normal or whatever. But in the event that, this is a prolonged illness, let's just make that decision to go our separate ways so that you're not living a miserable life and I can enjoy being ill.
Yeah,
as crazy as that may sound, enjoy being ill. I would be more at peace.
Yeah, but that's just you and you're just one person. But what if there are some females who don't have a problem with it by saying, well, go and satisfy yourself?
Well, like I said, kudos to them. But I still believe that along the way, down the road, there are going to be issues. It's not going to be, okay, I give you permission to go out there and do whatever, and it's fine with me. Sometimes we as women say things just to test, to see how far you're going to go with it, right?
What sense that make? Where you going to test a man? The man already wants some sex, and you're going to test him and say, go on for a test?
See, that's why you got to be very careful.
Yeah, that's why you don't tease. That's why you don't tease, man, or your partner.
Well, it's not a matter of tease. It's a matter of, okay, this goes to show how faithful you are to me, how much you love me, right? Because if I agreed to what you're demanding or what you want to do, then that tells me a whole lot. Then my demeanor is going to change from you, right? I'm going to look at you in a very different light. Anyway, moving right along. Let's see.
Hold on, before you we want to welcome Sister Katie Smith.
Oh, you got it right.
right?
Yes, you did.
I'm learning.
Okay.
Let me do one. Go ahead. Who are you down to?
Okay, so Dwayne has a lengthy one, and let me try to go through it really quickly. Can a sexless marriage survive? The short answer is yes. A sexless marriage can survive, but it can come at a cost. If one partner desires sex, but the other is uninterested, lack of sex can lead to decreased intimacy and connection, feeling of resentments, and infidelity, infidelity. Even in situations where both partners are on the same page, both have low sex drives, there is a physical distance like military deployments or a disability or medical conditions causing the sexless marriage. The couple must be vigilant about creating intimacy in other ways. And as I said before, sex is not the ultimate in a relationship. There are other things and that you could do outside of sex to bring intimacy in a relationship. However, that is at the very top of a relationship. I see that side eye that you gave me. I see it.
Okay, because I was wondering what you're gonna substitute. What will you substitute for sex?
I mean, listen, if you get to a point where that's not quote unquote priority, you do other things. You go bowling. You go
and after bowling,
things.
Yeah. Bowl
you
what?
go on vacations or whatever. Yeah. I mean, come on. There's so many other vacation, things out.
So you tell me.
I know where you're going with that too. All right, go ahead.
I'll be happy to go on vacation because I'm sure I'm gonna get some sex now. You don't think I'm gonna leave from here and go to Nassau or whatever, and then we put on a skimpy thing and go on the beach just to do what?
A bikini.
Bikini and then come back and do what?
Just look at my beautiful face.
Just to look at your beautiful face.
Okay, so just to continue with what Dwayne said, if you're in the first type of sexless marriage rather, one where uneven sex drives or other relationship problems are making you feel disconnected and unloved, it's essential that you work on restoring passion and intimacy. Often, a sexless marriage can survive only because the partners convince themselves it's normal and they must keep a brave face. Don't fall into that trap. While everyone responds to losing the physical aspect of their marriage in a different way, do not let it become the new normal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in all areas of a marriage requires work, right? Hard work, whether it's financial, sexual, all areas. And each person has to be willing to put in the work. It cannot be where one person is doing the majority and the other person is just sitting back and, it's not going to work because like Dwayne said, there's going to be resentment, right? And you're going to be complacent. You're going to just find yourself living day after day, looking at this person like, oh God, I wish you would just leave already. Or I wish she would just leave already, And you don't want to, nobody wants to be in a relationship like that.
Amen.
Okay.
Okay, well, stay right there. We're gonna take a half a minute break and come right back.
For the 9 months I carried you, growing inside me, no charge.
Mother's Day Grand Gala on Sunday, May 14th, 2023 at 247-11 Francis Lewis Boulevard, Rosedale, Queens, New York. Starting time 6 p.m. sharp. Ticket costs $100. Give your mother the best treatment. Sponsored by Bugs Innovations, Cooler Running Restaurant, Chat with the Jacksons. Sheba's Mother's Day Gala on Sunday, May 14th. You can't afford to miss it. Give mommy your best.
Welcome, Sister Keisha Pierce. Give it up for her, Sister Pierce.
Miami, Florida, are you ready? Keisha Pierce Ministry Association to Jesus Promotion presents Keisha Pierce album launch on Saturday, 18th of March 2023 at the County Line Worship Center, 4065 Southwest 40th Avenue, Hollywood, Florida, starting at 7 p.m. Featuring the powerhouse gospel singer, Minister Keisha Pierce.
Ready or not, Jesus is coming. Ready or not, He's coming again. Ready or not.
Alongside Reverend Glenn Graham.
Oh Lord, send me a surplus of grace within my soul.
Gospel spin-off by Brother Gary. Stand-up comedy by Sammy Question. Admission 25 at the pre-sold 30 at the gate. For ticket information, please call 615-870-6316. So it's all about Keisha Pierce album launch on Saturday, March 18 at the County Line Worship Center. You can't afford to miss it.
Yeah, it's back. Thanks for staying with us. It's on. It's on now.
Yes. So, Mr. Carter, I always enjoy your comments. So I'm going to read this one. Mr. Carter says, if I'm not on life support and my wife seeking permission to go elsewhere for sexual gratification, might as well she unplug the life support machine because that would kill me. That would kill me the same knowing someone else entering the cookie jar. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's, you know, we say it, just casually say it, but in reality, I don't think anyone wants to, you know, venture into that territory. Like Miss Hillary says,
Hold on.
wait, no. Miss Hillary says, see a sex therapist, which I agree with.
And Mr. Carter said, love each other and good sex work hand in hand. Right? So, yeah, it work hand in hand.
Okay.
Back to Andrew now. Andrew says,
Almost no one enter a marriage relationship without the expectation a healthy, satisfying sex life. You marry the person in general because you feel that you are in love and because you're attracted to the person. The scriptures encourage Christians to marry if they can't control their sexual desires. And while that is true, so many people marry for various reasons. So, you know.
but the scriptures, you should marry it based on what the scripture says.
Should. Keyword should, but oftentimes that's not the case. But, you know. And welcome, Mommy. Glad to see that you're on.
Oh,
we
Mom.
missed you.
Oh, Mommy's on.
Yes. Go back to Miss Senior. She said, partners must be willing to explore and be adventurous with each other. Their bed is undefiled. And I agree. So the bottom line is, we have to be willing to, no matter how much you're in love with your partner, how much your partner is providing for you, and if there is a issue in that area, there are so many ways that you could improve in that sense. Then, okay, what do I mean by that? Seek a therapist, right? Have a conversation. Find out what is really going on with your partner. That person, like Mr. Mr. Nugent said, the person can be suffering from depression, right? There's so many other underlying things that could be going on that you, the spouse, don't know about. You know, where we live in a culture where people or men, some men that is, don't talk about their feelings, right? They feel that, okay, I'm the man, you know, I should be able to handle anything and everything. But yes, if you genuinely, you know, tell yourself that I want my marriage to work, so therefore, by any means necessary, you know, whatever it takes, I'm gonna have to step up to the plate and speak my mind, let my spouse know what's going on, and then we take it from there. Now, if it's a case where it cannot be resolved, right? You have tried, you have exhausted all areas, and it's just not working, then don't be selfish and have that person there lingering day in and day out, and it's going to create problems over and over. It's going to be so much conflict. You're going to be constantly arguing, you know, fussing and fighting. So again, have a conversation and decide, okay, what is best for us? Should we have exhausted everything, right? Should we now decide to go our separate ways? And before I say anything else, let me just read a comment from my mom. She said, medical conditions may prevent a couple from having a sexual relationship. However, loving and caring for each other can overcome that obstacle. Yes. And I agree. If you tell yourself, you know, I married this person for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, I genuinely love this person, right? We need to now put away our selfish side and focus on the fact that this person means the world to me, right? I'm going to exhaust everything humanly possible in order to make this relationship work, right? And in a case of illness, yes, you have no control over illness. That person didn't wake up that morning and say, oh, today I have decided to welcome this particular illness. No, right? So you should be compassionate enough. You should show empathy and say to yourself, well, now my energy and my time is to be focused on my spouse, not about me. This is not about me now or my needs. This is about somebody else, this person that I chose as my life partner.
Right. So when my partner get sick, and if it's a temporary thing or if it's a permanent sickness, then I should say bye to sex. Okay.
You see, you just, oh my God.
Let's welcome
Jay,
Brother Daria Tolo. Let's welcome Brother Daria Tolo.
You're just not willing to.
And Sister Delores, I think we missed. Sister Delores said, if you're having problem in that department, well, the wife can get a doll for her husband. What do you think about that?
Really?
So the doll gonna take over your position now, you know. He said, where are you, honey? I'm spending time with the doll.
Well, just as how she could get a doll for the man, he could get anyway. I'm not even gonna
And
venture there.
let's welcome
Let's-
our brother Jimmy Fagan. Welcome, my brother, and I think we did say already, Sister Ruth Jackson.
Mhm.
Welcome.
Good night. And one more.
Mom said sex is not the only glue that keep a marriage intact.
Yes.
But if you don't have that sex, then the glue will be weak.
She
That will
never
be a-
said all of that.
That will be I'm just adding to that. That will be a weak glue. Let me ask, if she reach a point that they cannot have sex anymore, what should be that option?
Like my mom said, that's not the only thing. There are so many other things that you take up a hobby, do something that, you never thought you would have done.
Like what?
Go
I'm-
skydiving, go parasailing.
Bet you tell me go drown myself. Because if I used to have sex 3-4 times a day,
Okay, so let
and
me
all
ask
of
you
a
a
sudden-
question. You're going to get to a point because, like I said,
no, Sister
um,
Cardell want to know. No.
you reach to a point.
Yeah,
She said
right.
you reach a point that they cannot have sex anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You do other things. You pick up a hobby. So you're telling me when you're 90 years old. Don't answer that. Don't answer.
That was a question.
Don't answer because I know your mind, how your
Oh,
mind works. So don't
okay.
answer that.
Okay.
But nevertheless, I hope we wrapped up part 2 of this
Yeah.
very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you are someone that's in a relationship where you're experiencing this, or you know of someone, I would say, encourage that person to have
To take up a hobby.
no. to have some really serious conversation with their spouse.
Yes.
Like I
And be
said,
honest.
you just right. Honesty. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned
And
that.
I think-
Honesty.
I think
Be
we- I
honest
think-
with your
I-
feelings.
I think we didn't say this from the outset also. If you get into the relationship and say you're sick,
Mm-hmm. This is the early stage.
early
yeah,
stage,
before marriage.
before marriage and whatever,
Mhm.
let the partner know,
Yeah, be honest.
because me no want to come and said me I get a full 100, she look good, Coca-Cola bottle shape and everything, and me come, it's on the bottle. There's nothing in the bottle. So let me know. So if I want to say I want to go ahead with it, then I want to go ahead with it. But don't let me marry you and then me find out say,
Mhm.
we kid in a bed.
Oh God, it's so crazy. But yes,
Okay, what did,
honesty.
Nana
it's-
said, so what? So what about what would go ahead?
So what about couples who have been together for years and sex is not an option, but they're very happy? Interesting points. Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know just one of that couple.
There are couples out there that are very happy and there's no sexual
Why?
they don't have a sexual relationship.
Why?
Maybe they have gone through,
I mean, you're talking some 80, 90-year-old who just one companion.
You don't have to be 80
why would I
years
have-
old or whatever.
Why would you have your partner and then everything,
What if
everything
that's
is
the
working?
agreement with both people that okay, we have gone through a lifetime of everything. The kids are grown or whatever. You don't have to be 80 years old.
Well, that's
but
when-
now, we want to do different things versus making sex the central
I would agree.
point.
We want to do more things because the kids are grown and gone, and everything's still intact and working. And then we're gonna say that okay, let's do other stuff now. No sex.
You're just harping on that, huh?
Because I would want to see the man that on the platform would tell me that everything is working draw one gear and one gear select. And then you tell me, say, no sex. You good and me good. Now, I already have a problem if you're not good. But you good and me good and you say no sex because the kids are grown and gone.
No, I'm just saying that when you get to a certain point in life, your priorities change with a lot of things. What you once focused on or what you once thought was priority kind of start dwindling, right? You may your focus may now be on other things. So that's all I'm saying.
Wow. I want you to look at what Brother Dwayne said before we close.
Okay.
Brother Dwayne is on point.
Yeah, I'm like, are you studying to be a psychologist or something? Okay, he says, how to fix a sexless marriage. First, change your mindset. Instead of agonizing over how to survive a sexless marriage without cheating, commit to reigniting that lost sense of passion. Learn what you can do in a sexless marriage that will allow you to regain that physical intimacy and connection. Dwayne, you're so on point tonight. And I, give you the utmost respect for the comments that you have posted. Yes. So, yeah. In conclusion,
Before you conclude, Sister Cordell said, man, when the kids them gone, even one time a week is good enough. And I agree, Sister Cordell.
I agree. But it all depends on the individual. It all depends on the couple. If you are happy with being in a sexless marriage, then by all means, nobody can knock you for that, right? Do whatever makes you happy, right? The bottom line is you want to be in a relationship where both people are happy, relatively happy, that is. Right?
And before we go, we want to welcome our daughter, Danielle Simit. And she said she's sorry to be late.
No,
I'm gonna get the belt for her.
Okay.
And Sister Janice Jackson Williams, welcome. And Andrea said some people have a weak sex drive. Some have a strong sex drive. Everyone is different. If one partner is cold, they need to consider Viagra.
So in essence, she's saying that if the man is cold, consider Viagra. So what if the woman
what
is
if
cold?
The woman is cold?
Yeah, then what? What does she consider?
Heap some cola fire on her head.
Be quiet, Jay. But anyway, the bottom line is honesty. You have to be honest with your partner. Have honest conversations. Not only be honest with your partner, but be realistic, right? Don't sugarcoat things. And if you genuinely care about your partner and love your partner, cheating should be the last thing. Infidelity should be the last thing, right? If it's a case where the person is sick, then your focus now should be on that person getting better, right? Versus just being selfish, having selfish thoughts, right? And most importantly, pray about it.
Okay, you're right. Sister Janice Jackson Williams said she was in Bible study, just got out of Bible study. Hope that you pray for us. And Sister Andrea said that there is Viagra for women too. I didn't know that.
Well, whatever there is, and all of those things are temporary fix. So after a while, you decide you're not going to, indulge by taking these different types of enhancements. Then what? Right? The problem is still going to be there. This is just a temporary fix.
Right.
So, at that point, or before you even start taking these particular things, you should seek counseling from a professional in the medical field, right? Okay. So your
Thanks.
last words?
Thanks for staying with us tonight and chat with the Jackson family. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the time that you spend with us every Tuesday as often as you can. We encourage you to continue to send in your topics, and we will roll it over and bring it on the platform. We thank you for all those who are watching on YouTube, those who are watching on the Zeno Radio. That's Chat with the Jackson Zeno Radio. And we thank all who join us on Facebook. Continue to be a part of us. Continue to support us with your time. We love and appreciate you. This is where we take our leave for tonight. We'll be playing some music for a little while. So if you can, stay with us. My name remains Fitzroy Jackson.
And I'm Susan Jackson.
And we are
Chat with the Jacksons.
We said, peace out. We love you, and God love you too. Stay blessed.
Whoa!
Deliver me, oh Lord. It's a mighty long way. Straighten my feet, dear Lord, on this Christian pathway. Cover me under your blood and set me free. Mighty long way, oh Lord. It's a mighty long way. Oh yes, mighty long way, Lord. Mighty long way. Jesus, you brought me from a mighty long way. Jesus, you covered me from a mighty long way. Look where you brought me from, a mighty long way. I'm pressing my way through straight and narrow way. I'm shouting and singing on the King's highway. To reach that place, to get the skies on my crown. Mighty long way, oh Lord, it's a mighty long way. Oh yes, mighty long way, Lord, mighty long way. Jesus, you brought me from a mighty long way. Jesus, you covered me from a mighty long way. Look where you brought me from, a mighty long way. Determination and frustration, perilous time we are living in. No tribulation, a lot of temptation. Look where you brought me from, a mighty long way. Oh yes, mighty long way, Lord, mighty long way. Jesus, you brought me from a mighty long way. Jesus, you covered me from a mighty long way. Look where you brought me from, a mighty long way. Hey, mighty long way, Lord, mighty long way. Jesus, you brought me from a mighty long way. Jesus, you covered me from a mighty long way. Look where you brought me from, a mighty long way. Look where you brought me from, a mighty long way. Look where you brought me from, a mighty long way. Look where you brought me from, a mighty long way. Look where you brought me from, a mighty long way.
Daddy, you want to buy me this something?
Yes, baby, God is going to provide.
Your God is in control.
40 years in the wilderness, He provided for their journey. So why should I worry myself when Jehovah Jireh hears me? And He shall supply all my needs according to His riches in glory. So I not worry myself at all. Oh no, no, no. My God is in control. Think about Elijah when there was famine in the land. Who provided? Nobody but the big man. From the brook at Cherith to the widow of Zarephath, Him and my daddy, Him and my sustainer. And moreover, He is faithful to His words and His promise. To those who trust in Him, it is forever. In Jesus' name, He will never fail. 40 years in the wilderness, He provided for their journey. So why should I worry myself when Jehovah Jireh hears me? And He shall supply all my needs according to His riches in glory. So I not worry myself at all. Oh no, no, no. My God is in control. About provisions, me not go worry myself. When the God of Abraham I feel me to have strength. So me I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. I've never seen the righteous nor his seed begging bread, begging bread.
I know my portion because the God way me serve and never get no doubt from. Remember when I had a situation and the way the Lord move and make me sing a new song. 40 years in the wilderness, He provided for their journey. So why should I worry myself when Jehovah Jireh hears me? And He shall supply my needs according to His riches in glory. So I ain't not worry myself at all. Oh no, no, no. My God is in control. So I ain't not worry myself at all. Oh no, no, no. My God is in control. So I ain't not worry myself at all. Oh no, no, no. My God is in control. So don't worry yourself at all. Oh no. Your God is in control. So don't worry yourself at all. Oh no. Your God is in control.
Yes, man. Shachalashi, Shachalashi, Marlon Crystal. All I'm asking you to do, pray for me now. God not done with me yet. Just pray for me now. 'Cause me a human, Yahweh not you with me yet. Pray for me now. God not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. 'Cause me a human, God not you with me yet. Me a clay, that's why me pray. Me pray to God, me don't pray to no man. When God a give a blessing, just when I'm for you one. When you see me fall, I'm me if you call. And don't rejoice when you see a brother fall. Don't tear me down, just pray me up. And this a prophecy, this a love. Pray for me now. God not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. 'Cause me a human, Yahweh not you with me yet. Pray for me now. Jah not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. 'Cause me a human, Yahweh not you with me yet.
Could you possibly rewind and come again?
Yes, man. Shachalashi, Shachalashi, Marlon Crystal. All I'm asking you to do, pray for me now. God not done with me yet. Just pray for me now. 'Cause me a human, Yahweh not you with me yet. Pray for me now. God not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. 'Cause me a clay, that's why me pray. Me pray to God, me don't pray to no man. When God da give a blessing, just gonna for you one. When you see me fall, I'm here fi call. And don't rejoice when you see a brother fall. Don't tear me down, just pray me up. And this a prophecy, this a love. Pray for me now. God not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. Cause me a human, Yahweh not true with me yet. Pray for me now. Jah not done with me yet. I'm asking you, pray for me now. Cause me a human, Yahweh not true with me yet.
You are listening to Determine You.
Oh, what shouting?
Hear me, son of man, a walker, otherwise called 8 boss, representing for Determine Youth.
We all shall rise. Oh, what glory! When we meet our blessed Savior in the sky, redemption coming. Praise the Lord. Oh, what a wonderful freedom. Glory to His name. I'm out of the bondage. Yes, now I'm into God's freedom.
determine the youth.
That is the reason why I sing and I shout. My Savior came down and lifted me up. He lifted me up from the miry. He planted my feet. Yes. And that is the reason why I sing. My Savior came down. Oh yes. He lifted me up. Oh. He planted my feet. Yes, on the rock. And that is the reason why. Yes, I sing. My Savior came down. Oh yeah. Say in the rock, I'll hide. In the shadows, I will abide. When the storms of life they are raging over me, in the rock, yes, I'll hide. Say in the rock. In the shadows, I will abide. When the storm, yes, they are raging over. Yes, the rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your DJ.
In the rock of Jesus, in the rock, my God. In the shadows, I will abide. When the storm, yes, I'm raging. Yes, in the rock. In the rock of Jesus, in the rock, my God. In the shadows, I will abide. When the storm, yes, they are raging over. Yes, somebody still don't get it yet. In the rock, my God. Pull up the tune, pull up the tune. Pull up the tune, pull up the tune. Pull up the tune, pull up the tune.
Yes, man.
Oh, what
You are listening to Determine You.
Oh, what shouting.
Hear me, I son of man, a walker, otherwise called 8 boss, representing for determined youth.
And we all shall rise. Oh, what glory. Hallelujah. When we meet our blessed Savior in the sky, redemption coming. Praise the Lord. Oh, what a
determine the youth.
That is the reason why I sing and I shout. My Savior came down and lifted me up. He lifted me up from the miry clay. He planted my feet. Yes. And that is the reason why I sing. My Savior came down. Oh yes. He lifted me up. Oh. He planted my feet. Yes, on the rock. And that is the reason why. Yes, I sing. My Savior came down. Oh yeah. Say in the rock, I'll hide. In the shadows, I will abide. When the storms of life they are raging over me, in the rock, yes, I'll hide. Say in the rock, bomber drop, 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 bomber drop. In the shadows, I will abide. When the storm Jesus to my heavy load, say. Jesus to my heavy load. No one. Now I'm on the glory road. Oh, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Oh, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Oh, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all.
Hey, wherever I am, I'll praise it. Whenever I can, I'll praise it. For His love surrounds me like a sea.
I praise the name of Jesus. I lift up the name of Jesus. For the name of Jesus, I lift up. Wherever I am,
I'll praise Him whenever I can. I'll praise Him. For His love surrounds me like a sea.
I praise the name of Jesus. I lift up the name of Jesus. For the name of Jesus, I lift up. Where say I travel through the there is a friend who walks with me. Oh, keep me set through the it is no price or time. Thank you.